guys, today we will read a reading. His topic is Weather Wizard Floods, and this reading written by Russ Buyuk. And the focus question is what caused flood and how can people prepare of them? Now, let's start the reading. We are the three little pigs. Remember the story of the three little pigs? Each of the pigs built a house. One was made of straw, one of sticks, and one of bricks. The big bad wolf came along and blew down the house of straw and sticks. The brick house, however, stayed strong. Severe weather is like the wolf huffing and puffing to blew our house down. Hurricanes, tornadoes, and other severe storms can destroy buildings and take lives. The frequency of severe weather events has increased over time. So have the hazards that come with them. People can't stop these events. However, like the three little pigs, they can find way to stop or control the hazard that severe weather creates. One of the most common hazards is flooding. Climate change and severe weather. Earth is surrounded by a layer of gas called the atmosphere. The atmosphere protects the planet and also traps heat from the sun, like a greenhouse that holds heat inside. This process is called the greenhouse effect. It's one of the things that make Earth a comfortable place to live. As humans burn fuels such as gas and oil, they release more carbon dioxide into the air. Over many years, CO2 and other greenhouse gases has built up in the atmosphere. The gas causes the atmosphere to hold more heat from the sun. The extra heat becomes trapped and can't escape into space as it should. As a result, temperatures on Earth keep rising, a process called global warming. As Earth heats up, the higher temperature causes change in the planet's weather and climate. Climate change has caused an increase in severe weather events. For instance, warmer temperature causes more ocean evaporation, which lead to stronger storms. A flood of information on floods. Floods can happen almost anywhere in the world. They may be caused by heavy rain, snow melt, or large waves caused by storms or earthquakes. The most dangerous floods are sudden and unexpected. Fast-moving water can destroy almost everything in its path. Not all floods are dangerous, however. In many parts of the world, floods are expected and people need them to keep the soil healthy. Since floods are so common, people have found ways to live with, control, or even stop floods. Most towns and cities have drains and sewer systems to move water away. These systems can only handle so much water, though. Scientists can also predict when and where severe weather events are likely to happen. Government can use this information to send out warning for people to prepare for severe weather. They may even ask people to live in area. Early warning can save property and people's life. A terrible flood, strong storms, and flooding happen often in Japan. The government has built many barriers and other ways to control and stop flooding. On October 2019, a severe storm called a typhoon hit Japan. It brought strong winds and heavy rain. More than 100 rivers flooded. Unfortunately, the water was too powerful and some of the barriers failed. Many people have to leave their homes. Some people died. The event in Japan shows us how dangerous flooding can be. They also show how important it is to find ways to control or stop flooding. Living on stilts. Many people live next to bodies of water. Having a clump close to water means living in a place that is more likely to flood. To avoid flood, some of the people build homes on supports above the ground. The supports on these houses look like stilts. When floods occur, water passes under a stilt house. Floods may still damage things on the ground, but the house still and everything in it will stay safe. Some severe floods are high enough to reach stilt homes. They don't happen as often, but people still need to pay attention to flood warnings. Sandbags. People can also build barriers to keep the water out. Sandbags are often used to protect buildings or small areas. People fill the bags about half full of sand or soil. Then they tightly stack the sandbags on top of each other. Each sandbag can weigh as much as 3 bowling balls. Sandbags keep out most but not all water. They also take a large amount of work to make them move. Many sandbags are needed to make a barrier. For this reason, sandbags are only a short-term answer to flooding. Make it bigger. In places where flooding is common, the government has built different kinds of structures to keep people and property safe. Levis, New Orleans, Louisiana, USA. The city of New Orleans sits below sea levels and it nearly surrounded by water. For these reasons, New Orleans has always had the problems with flooding. Flood walls and levees almost completely surround the city. Levees are lengths of raised ground used to protect areas that only flood once in a while. Heavy rain far north from the city can cause rivers to flood. Big waves caused by a severe storm can push water into the city as well. Because the city is below sea level, the water has no way to go. In 2005, the hurricane hit New Orleans and destroyed many of the levees. Several parts of the city flooded. After the hurricane, the U.S. government rebuilt the flood walls and levees around the New Orleans, make them taller and stronger. They completed the project in 2018. Thames Barrier, London, England, and the UK. On the other side of the Atlantic Ocean, the city of London, England has built the Thames, or called TEMZ barrier. The river Thames runs through the center of the city and into the ocean. Ocean tides splash and pour water into and out of the river. When the tide is high, heavy rains or large waves can cause water back up into the Thames. The water can then overflow the river's bank and flood center of London. To stop the flooding, the government built the Thames Barrier. It was complete in 1982. The barrier has 10 steel gates that turn to open and close. When closed, the gates are as tall as 5-story buildings. When open, water flows and ships can go up and down the river. The gates can even be turned upside down for repairs. Once the gates are closed, they can't be opened until the waters on both sides is at the same level. The taming of the Thames. Heavy rain, high tides, and high winds pushing seawater from the North Sea inland can all cause London to flood. The Thames Barrier stopped the ocean from pushing the chain backs upriver and making flood worse. Delta Works, Netherlands. Not far from London is Netherlands. Over half of the country below sea level, and it has many rivers and lakes. Storms and sea often cause large waves that result in dangerous flood. North Sea neighbors. In addition to more severe weather, global warming is causing sea level to rise nearly 20 centimeters, 8 inches since 1870 and counting. That includes the North Sea, which borders both England and the Netherlands. To control flooding, the government built the Delta Works, one of the big projects ever created. It's made up of 6 large dams, many levees, and other barriers. Using this system of barriers, the country can control stop floods before they happen. Conclusion. Due to climate change, severe weather events are happening more often around the world. The hazards can come with them are happening more often too. People are creating amazing inventions to help control and stop these hazards. Thought people will continue to be one of the most common hazards. The system and structures people have built can stop every flood. However, they save many lives and large amounts of money every year. They can help more people feel safe when severe weather hits. Stay safe during a flood. Listen to storm and flood warnings on the internet, radio, or TV. Move to higher ground or high floor on a building. Stay away from rivers, shores, drains, or other places that may flood. Keep your pet inside. Never walk or swim through moving water during a flood. And don't use anything that plugs into a wall if it's red. Now, let's walk through the connections. Reading. Create a chart with 3 columns. Label the columns before, during, and after. Then write ways that people can prepare before a flood occurs, what they can do to stay safe during a flood, and what to do after a flood. Science and art. Create a poster showing the cause and effect relationship between climate change and the increase of flooding in the world. And hope you had a good day. Bye-bye.